is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that?
Welcome to the podcast, to all those that love the podcast and love a good sniff. This episode is for you. I'm one of the great sniffers. I'll sniff at anything. Tommy, you're very similar. I know when you go to hotels, you'll sniff sheets for a while, and if you get your chance to get your hand on anyone's undies.
During the holidays, I watched a lot of sniff films.
Snuff, I think it is.
No, that's snuff. Tommy, I found it a bit weird when you were at my joint sniffing my footy shorts the other day.
Oh, they my footy shorts.
Yeah, I quite liked it.
And weirder that you were wearing them at the time.
A lot of Denker rub.
It's the little one percenters like that will win games, Tom.
Is that what you call it?
Do not call it a one percenter.
Come on, mate. It can grow. But the thing is, when you meet somebody and you wonder why you get on well with them, could it be their scent? Could it be the sniff effect? I'm going to tell you more about the power of undetectable scents during the podcast. So get ready to sniff, my friends.
Oh.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
If you're a Liverpool fan, congratulations, you've won the English Premier League. I mean, some of the chants that you have at the soccer, the football, it is unbelievable.
Iconic, aren't they?
I mean, this one, everyone knows.
Hard to hit this high note.
This is unbelievable. Listen to these.
Here we go.
Do you know the best thing about that clip there? That was at the MCG in Australia when Liverpool played in Australia. So that was the Liverpool fans at the MCG in Australia supporting Liverpool. And there's so many of them.
Well, when you go to watch the Swannies play and they sing Sweet Caroline, mate, everyone gets into it. And it creates a great momentum.
Yeah. Well, we went and saw Chelsea versus West Ham.
That was a big day.
Didn't we? And that was, remember they had to let the West Ham supporters in first into the ground, surrounded by police before the Chelsea fans went in because it was too dangerous.
And then there were supporter-only pubs. Remember that?
Yeah. Well, no, there was the West Ham because it was
pubs.
at Sheffield Bridge. Yeah, the West Ham supporters weren't allowed to go to local pubs because it was too dangerous for them. Yeah.
Man.
So this is an unbelievable effort. So if you are not a fan of Liverpool, this fan, well, he actually is an Everton fan. And Everton, for anyone out there that doesn't know football, Liverpool are red colours, Everton are blue colours. This Everton fan was so upset that Liverpool were going to win the English Premier League that what he did is he took blue flares, the colour of Everton, his favourite team, and he took the stickers off and replaced them with red flares. Then he went out the front of Anfield where they won the English Premier League yesterday and he sold to Liverpool supporters what they thought they were buying red flares. And he said, mate, I'll sell you these. You can set them off after you win the English Premier League.
You're right to go.
And you can celebrate. So
that is brilliant.
All these Liverpool fans bought them. He made an absolute mozza. And then after the game, they set them off outside and it was all blue.
Oh, they're having a boy.
There was blue everywhere.
Oh, my God.
And then all the Liverpool fans were ropeable going, what are you doing? This is supposed to be a sea of red.
That is a clever idea, isn't it? Well played. I love that.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Let's talk about how people bond, Ryan James. I always find this fascinating because I always find I suppose, signals and things that can't actually be acknowledged at the time, but underneath you're connected by something that you don't even know about. I reckon that's fascinating. You know, you find that you form a rhythm with somebody when you meet them, or you find a topic that you hit on, and it's just like, why haven't we been friends for the past 45 years?
Well, I did it with a mate. I've told you this story about a mate of mine, Dools, that we met each other one night, and it was like same music taste, same sporting taste.
Yep.
And then there was this moment at the end of the night at a bar. It's the first time I ever met him.
When you kissed.
That we both looked at each other and we said, "Do you want to get a cab together?"
Cute.
And it was like, and we went out with each other for 6 months after
Isn't that beautiful?
It was the best time of my life.
And always weird too when you've got on really well with somebody and then you say, "Hey, can I grab your phone number, mate? Do you want to exchange numbers on that, or I'll just message you?" You try and keep it cool, don't you? You go, "I'll just message you on Instagram. You on it? You are, are you? Cool. All right, give us a hug. No, handshake. Give us a handshake." Here's when it comes to women, this is fascinating because women can work out when they met each other that within 4 minutes whether they are going to be good friends with the other girl.
4 minutes.
Yeah, and do you know what it is? It's nothing.
It's a quick job interview, isn't it?
It is. How you doing? What's happening? What are your weaknesses? No, it's not. It is a hidden scent that is undetectable to the nose, but a scent that is passed from one woman to the other, and they realise, and the body connects with the scent. Or it doesn't.
Well, you're not even reading off the sheet.
No,
there.
I'm
You're
not,
making
because
this
Jess
up,
is laughing at me because she knows I'm struggling to try and find words.
Look at the grin on Ash's face as well. Ash is like, this is complete.
You don't even know that mid-conversation, when you meet another girl, you find yourself going, "New friend."
I'm definitely not sniffing other women to decide if we should be friends or not. Are you saying it's like a pheromone thing?
That's the word. Pheromones.
Yeah.
And you don't even know. And then all of a sudden you realise, hey, I could be friends with that girl. She seems like a great girl.
Some of the strongest friendships are forged waiting in line at the bathroom at
Are
bars
they?
and clubs. They are.
Because of a
they
scent?
really are.
then-
I think it's more of a vibe check. There's a real camaraderie in that line. Everyone's in it together, you know?
And then what about in front of the mirror in the bathroom, Ash? Is that a good
Yeah.
conversation starter as
Yeah,
well?
always a good chat, making sure that your outfits are fixed. Yeah.
That's right. You met that girl. You were plucking a hair from your chin, Ash. I remember you saying in the bathrooms.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
nightclub.
It was just touching,
And she's now
touching
your
that
best.
up.
And then you went, "Do you want to be friends?"
So you were shaving your
Exactly
goatee.
how it went down. That's how I met my maid of honour. It was beautiful.
Lauren in Avalon, you love having a sniff, Lauren.
Oh, no, I wouldn't put it that way, thanks. But the story being, but if there's a stank, it's a no thank. You know?
Oh, if it's a stank, it's a no thank.
Right.
A bit of stank on that.
But see, pheromones, there's no distinct aroma of a pheromone. This is the thing. Is there a certain type of perfume, Lauren, that you're attracted by, or maybe that you might like another female if she's wearing something?
Well, that's a definite yes, because, if someone's got a really bad perfume, they smell like their old granny's undies, you walk past, but a lovely perfume definitely can be a conversation starter.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? And you find yourself bonding, and sometimes you don't even know why. But there it is. It's the pheromones. Ash, can I just bring something else up?
Ash doesn't want to be involved with this
like
one.
you talk about bonding when it comes to being in a line at the toilet or something like that. At this bar that I was at the other day, really annoyed me.
That you're in the women's line to go into the bathroom.
Here's the thing, Ryan James.
Oh, no.
All they have, like in the men's, it's just urinals. Now, I had a bit of a funny tummy.
Oh, yuck.
Now, I had a bit of a funny tummy, and there's no cubicles in the men's. So if you need to use a cubicle, you have to line up. And who's in the line for the cubicle? The women and any other bloke that needs to.
Oh, that's shocking. So were you having conversations with ladies?
Hey, sisters, how's it going? You guys, I just get really nervous at the urinal, so I thought I'd do a wee in the cubicle. It's just a little bit unfair because you're kind of pointing out that the guy needs to do
At the palace down at Coogee, that was the worst. There was a girl and we had been making eyes with each other all night and I thought, wow, I really like her. And she went to the toilet at the palace down there at Coogee and I said to the boys, this is it, I'm going to wait for my moment. And I waited outside the toilets. And then when she came out, I froze Ash and I looked at her and I went, how'd you go?
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Fitz, on the topic of amazing names, which has been very popular on the show, I present a new one. I found out over the holidays, talking to the kids about, and there's some great names coming out of school. You know, I've dropped the name Baron before for you. There's a kid called Baron, and his dad's called Barry, I think. So it's Baron and Barry, which I think is just awesome.
Baron is an unbelievable. Well, there's Baron Trump, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a Baron Trump.
I dare say after that the word Baron would be quite barren, wouldn't it? Now,
yeah, I would think with a bit of Trump on it. Here's the other one that I was stumped by. Jack's got a kid in his class, and the kid's last name is King. Guess what his first name is?
Don't say Wayne.
No, it's not. His first name. We could go down that path, but we're going to hold. His first name is King. King squared.
No, it is not.
I like it.
No, you do, because you walk into the room, any room, and you say King's here.
I've never said that.
You do it regularly,
ever.
mate.
Do you need to have a first and second name? I was thinking about that last night. Appropriate for filling in forms, because I have a really busy day. So I was just thinking...
No worries, Madonna.
If he was just King, could it just be King?
No,
instead of King.
You are setting that child up to fail. I'm sorry. If you're just calling your kid King or King,
Kate Langbrook, her son's name is Lewis, and the last name is Lewis. She has a Lewis.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I wonder what the reasoning is behind it.
Well, you like it so much, you want to hear it twice every time their name is said.
Yeah.
King, Lewis here. Hi, it's Lewis. So what's your last name? Lewis. No, I got that bit. What's your first name? It's Lewis. In New South Wales, you can have just one name. So I could legally be Wippa.
Well, okay, 13, 24, 10, throw it out there. Do you know someone with just one name? Steph in Crow's Nest, what was your grandfather's name, Steph?
So it's not exactly the same as first and last, but it was John Johnson.
Johnny Johnson.
Yeah.
The great John Johnson.
John Johnson.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
John's in there. Did he have a nickname, Steph, or was he called something particular?
No, not really, but yeah, John Johnson.
You're trying to think of a nickname, Fitz? Any nicknames come to mind?
I would have called him Towcombe, because that's very close to Johnson and Johnson, isn't it?
That's good. I would have called him the Member.
Kate and Camden, what have you got for us, Kate?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good, Kate.
Good.
That's good. My nana's neighbour's name was Dick Dixon.
Was Dick Dixon, was it?
Yeah, it was. Guess what his wife's name was?
What?
Sunny.
Was it really?
Yes,
No,
I promise you.
Dick
I
Dixon,
promise you.
and today we take Dick and Fanny to be the Dixon Fanny.
Yeah. How about that?
What was her name? Her name and surname?
She was Fanny Dixon, but I'm assuming maybe she was Frances, because Fanny's often a nickname for Frances.
Yeah.
Dick
and Fanny.
Oh,
Go
my gosh,
together
that's
like...
every young, immature kid's dream,
isn't it?
To have Dick and Fanny at the house.
I mean, could you imagine? Hey, Dick and Fanny, what'd you get up to on your wedding night?
Let's go to Esther now in Hazelbrook. Esther, save us here. What have you got?
My colleague has one name, Kavita. That's it.
Kavita?
Yeah.
Wow.
I like that. I like it.
And it's a nightmare. Filling in forms is a nightmare.
Yeah,
if you have one name, it becomes a problem.
Yeah, Esther, I would assume that when you are trying to fill out a form online, you won't be able to go through to the next section if you don't fill in what's in the last name.
That's exactly right.
So what do you copy and paste just your one name into both boxes? It would be a nightmare.
You can, but if it doesn't match your driver's license, which will just put one name on, then you can't.
Oh, you just have to make one up. You'd have to be citizen, wouldn't you?
See, King.
I'm a public servant. It happens quite a lot.
Yeah, I bet. How interesting.
See, if King puts in his details, first and last name King, they're gonna you're not gonna be able to get that through either.
I think
because they're
normally-
gonna go, you've made a mistake, mate. Dave, put in your first name.
Yeah.
No, I'm King.
You're just
Sorry,
thinking
I'm still
about
stuck on Dick and Fanny. I'd love to meet them.
Oh, you're always thinking about it.
They get on really well.
The Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Couple of weeks off, guys, and I went south. Lisa's parents were in Barrel, and we went to the Southern Highlands.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
To the Southern Highlands.
So why you have so many holidays?
God's country.
God.
Down there.
It's been a long time between drinks, I heard from Lisa.
So awesome to get down there. Had a great Easter, a bit of an egg hunt, all that sort of gear.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, sad to miss that.
I just wanted to bring something up because Lisa doesn't like to go for walks with me anymore. And we used to be like the power couple on a holiday where every morning it would be get up, go for a walk, come home, have breakfast. And then I started to say something on our walks, and she doesn't like the way I interact with other walkers that I might see.
Yeah.
So she said, you know what? If you say that again, I will never walk with you. You will walk alone. And anyway.
Well, Liverpool just won English Premier League.
They did, yeah.
Appropriate song.
So the joke is, if we're heading, and we were going up to Fitzroy Falls. So we walk up. If anybody's walking down, and she'll be saying, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, and then I'll see them and I'll smile and I'll say, rumour has it there's a pub at the top. And get a bit of a laugh, right? Anyway, and then on the way down, as I pass somebody, I'll say, as it turns out, there's no pub at the top. So she said, if you say that one more time, I will never walk with you again.
I'll push you over the Fitzroy Falls.
Could not help myself. So the partnership walking ban was introduced. And I said, give me one more chance because I believe the people like it. You know when you're walking towards somebody and it's just one-on-one and you're thinking, do I say hello? Hey, how's the day? Do I just smile? And you're also judging.
Smile.
You're judging whether they've got ears in as well and whether they're actually listening to something.
You don't even have to say anything. It can be just a little smirk.
What about a friendly, beautiful morning? How good's Piedmont? You know what I mean?
No, too enthusiastic. Way too enthusiastic. You're trying too hard.
And I said, you're judging me, Lisa, on something you don't like when the friendly walker, who we don't even know, it might make their day. So I said, let me say it one more time. So we're walking. This guy's coming towards me. And I said, as it turns out, there's no pub at the top. Wets himself. He's laughing. And then says, that's really funny. I might use that.
It was Justin Hemmis, and he'd just bought a site at the top to build a pub on.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I've got a update on the miniature dachshund, the little sausage dog that has been missing for a year and a half on Kangaroo Island, the dog that's named Valerie.
What have we learnt? Yeah, I remember Valerie from, a month ago this story broke?
Yeah, Georgia and Josh, they're a couple from Albury. They went to Kangaroo Island and the dog freaked out and ran off into the bush. I didn't know this. I didn't say this the last time, but they looked for the dog for 5 days, Whip, before they got back on a plane to go back to Albury. So they couldn't find the dog. They thought the dog was dead. Well, it's gone.
You would assume just a sausage dog's fallen off a cliff or something. The cliffs on Kangaroo Island, is it dangerous?
Yeah, it is.
Pretty rough landscape?
It's very dangerous.
Yeah,
there's snakes everywhere as well. And
jeez.
But then it was a local wilderness company who have cameras set up to actually capture rare animals.
Yep.
Has come across, it was like finding the Yeti or the Bigfoot. Wow. They found Valerie, the little dachshund, finally been caught. They still couldn't get her though. So they were leaving like roast chook into a trap, but every night they'd go down there, there'd be a different possum in there.
Oh,
so
okay.
they couldn't get Valerie. They've finally found the dog. Now, 529 days, this tiny little miniature dachshund has been on the run in the wild, and they've found her. Can I just say, leave it in the wild.
Leave it.
It's had a great time.
It's made a point of it. It's made a point of not being captured. It's obviously seen people in the time and it's chosen not to approach them. It doesn't want to come home. It's not often that a dog runs away from its owners and doesn't want to come home.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you. Like, it's... Do you know what? It's made some amazing friends.
Yeah.
Probably hung out with a kangaroo and
Steve the Wombat.
Do you know what? It's had an amazing time on Kangaroo Island, and there's Snelling's Beach. There's some beautiful beaches. Yeah. It's how's it found food for a year and a half?
What do you reckon? Rats?
A domesticated dog.
Could a sausage dog catch a rat? Ollie thinks it could. Yeah, you reckon Ollie you'd back it in? What about like a rock wallaby? Could I get a rock wallaby? Nah.
Do you reckon Georgie and Josh has finally got Valerie back? But is there a moment now where Valerie the dog is in their little unit in Albury, Wodonga, just looking around the place going, I don't want to be here, mate.
How much of a bad dog owner and a person are you if your dog doesn't want to come home at dinner time? Sorry, Josh and whoever in your unit from the Gong, you're just crap. Where are they, Albury?
So Valerie's been... That is an amazing story.
There's a movie in that, Tom.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. What about T-shirts? Valerie's coming home. What about that song they sing, It's Coming Home, at the footy in the Premier League?
Who would play Valerie?
You let me know when...
Kate Blanchett can do anything.
You let me know when you think this chat's gone on long enough.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Hey, this is a big one. Local. Liverpool City Council are installing devices that are going to follow your local shopping trolley.
Trolley wants a tracker.
Okay.
Nirvana.
Trolley wants a tracker.
Can you stop it, Jess, and I'll do that again, see if it works again.
Really good.
Liverpool City Council are installing devices that are going to follow your local shopping trolley.
Trolley wants a tracker.
Heard it the first time.
Nirvana.
Yeah, got it. Polly wants a cracker.
So they're so sick of people dumping trolleys. Why do people do this? I mean, it's the same with the bikes, the e-bikes, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know what? There was one of those lime scooters dumped on our front lawn the other day and someone had graffitied on it and they had used a word my kids had never heard before and it started with C. And it's a terrible word. It's not commitment. It's another word.
Which is what Lisa called you as well, isn't it?
And that brought up a very interesting conversation. We move on. I thought the shopping trolley had the out-of-the-supermarket braking system on it. Because nothing does my head in more than when I have to turn the trolley around and drag it up the street to the car.
That's magnetic.
Yes.
So that's only for the escalators.
No. When you wheel it out of the shopping centre, it locks up. Happens out of Harris Farm, and it also happens at Bondi Junction. I'm going four wheels, and instantly it hits the brakes. And I look like an idiot.
Areas, mate.
I look like a fool.
Marylands don't have that. They don't have the interlocking trolleys, that's for sure.
Of course they do, mate. It's
they don't.
Very easy technology.
Well, the Liverpool City Council are saying that there's what they're going to do. This is actually a great idea. They're going to turn these trolleys that have been abandoned into cheap granny trolleys. You know so they're going to turn them into two-wheelers. You know the two-wheeler trolleys that you take with you to the food markets? You know those little food trolleys?
Not really.
The
On
two wheels? Yeah, the granny trolleys.
Oh, I know what you mean. And they're almost like, they're a basket. They're like a portable washing basket.
It's a great idea. So they're also going to... So they've impounded 1,200 trolleys in the last 2 months. That's ridiculous. So they're going to charge whoever the trolley belongs to, could be your Woolies or Coles or Audi or whoever, it's only a $46 fine now if the trolley is not in their area.
Right.
So now they're going to up that fine to $1,320 per trolley, but they're also going to say you're not getting your trolley back, you've been fined, and we're going to turn it into a granny trolley. So for all the old ladies out there can go to the food markets with a brand new trolley.
It's quite a nice idea for the grands. You know when they bought in the e-bike or whatever you want to call it, the bike rental.
Bike.
Yeah, whatever, there's
bikes.
A few of them. And they brought them into Melbourne. I think it started in Melbourne before it landed in Sydney, and everybody just threw them into the Yarra. Like they had to have a special service to dredge the bikes off the bottom of the Yarra.
Yeah.
I don't mind that idea, considering that the streets these days are just scattered with Lime bikes lying on their side.
Even the bikes were getting crook going for a swim in the Yarra.
The bikes didn't want to get out.
This is the Fitzy and Wippa with Kate Ritchie podcast.
If you've just moved into a new house, what did you find? What was the secret thing that you didn't know about before you moved in? And then all of a sudden you opened a cupboard and saw...
How many bodies was it, Tom?
At this stage, 3,
Wow.
and counting.
Okay,
Have they identified them yet, or
still counting? I couldn't agree more, Tom. Who knows what you've done down there?
All before the courts, guys, so nothing proven guilty.
Yeah, so true.
Allegedly, sorry,
Yes,
for everyone out there in Radio Land.
This couple have moved into a house. They moved into the house, and as they were stacking some of the gear in the kitchen, unpacking and stacking.
Were they dealers, were they?
No, mate. Crockery.
Oh, sorry.
Put your tongs in that drawer.
Gotcha.
Get your hamburger flipper out, put it in that drawer. Put your cups in that one over there. They found a note that was stuck in one of the drawers. And it was strategically put there. So they thought, that person wants us to know something. On the note, there was 2 things written. One was a large number.
IKEA was the other?
No.
Oh, right, sorry.
And the other, in big, bold writing, said, "Don't look under the floor. Don't look under the floor." The number on the back, because they got on and told their story on Reddit, and the number on the back, this is really scary, has been linked to a serial number from a bolt-action slug shotgun.
You sure, or was it the Powerball?
Hard to say.
Right.
No, it was a bolt-action slug shotgun. I just like saying slug. Someone wrote it looks like a library card number.
But slug guns aren't dangerous, are they?
It's a slug shotgun, mate.
Yeah, but...
Don't question the serial number on the note left.
I mean, shotgun sounds eerie, but, a slug shotgun, probably it'll pierce the skin, but that's about it. It's not going to hurt you.
A lot of people wrote, protect yourself and get out of the house now. Run, someone else wrote. Someone said it's just random numbers, but when they actually Googled it and came up with the exact gun, they took it a little more seriously.
Could be a heap of cash under the floor, though. That's the thing. So they're trying to scare you to not look under the floor, but there could be a heap of cash that they come back for at some stage.
Finally, well, I'll tell you what it actually was and what's under the floor in a minute. Let's go to Ashley first in Narre Warren. Hello, Ash.
Hello, how you going?
Good. You found letters from the previous owner?
Yeah, I did. In the wardrobe, there were photos of them together and I think love letters.
Oh, my God.
Beautiful.
How old were they? Like an old couple? Have they died? Or?
Old, black and white dames.
Did you read the letters?
Honestly, their writing, I could not read it.
Oh, bad handwriting.
I was going to say, was it a bit
No,
raunchy,
she's
Ash?
good at the handwriting. I can't decipher it.
Must have been a doctor. Doctors have terrible handwriting,
back
don't they?
then they didn't have the cameras as well, so you had to draw a photo of your member to send it through as a pic.
You did. Normally it was just sort of like a classic C&B, like what you'd do on the fresh pavement that had just been laid down the street.
I love you, Edna.
And sketch.
I'm thinking of you.
Didn't have to do the pubes. Do you want to know what happened with the note and what was under the floor?
Well, yeah, because I've got work on, but I can't get out of the car. What is it?
Finally, someone wrote, "Hi, I know what you're talking about. I sold the house in 2023. I left cryptic notes all over the place just for a laugh, and I never thought I'd get a payoff. Got you a beauty."
Oh, see, that's crap.
Well played.
Was that
really
it?
well played. What do you mean, is that it?
It's a few minutes I'll never get back.
People wanted to know. You can get out of your car now, guys. You can head into work, go and see the boss, tell him the story. Go and have a look for some cryptic notes at your work today.
Absolute oxygen.
Fits in Wippa with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.